One of the most important reasons a person will leave the United States and move to Portugal is to get healthy. And that's exactly what I've done. In the 3 weeks I've been living here, I've lost 8 pounds, or 3.63 kilograms. My name is Howie. This is Positively Portugal. Let's get into it. Now, I'm not trying to lose weight, but I know why it's happening. 2 weeks ago, I put out a video stating that I lost 5 pounds in the first week that I lived in Portugal. I lost another 2 pounds in the second week I lived here. And last week, the third week, I lost another pound. Now, my weight loss is slowing down, and that's a good thing. It's stabilizing. And I guess part of it is my body is going into some kind of a defense mode. But let's talk about the reasons why I've lost 8 pounds in 3 weeks. Well, number one, I'm not just walking everywhere, but I'm walking a lot of places uphill, and the hills are steep. And I'm carrying things. Sometimes they're household items, because the apartment did not come furnished as advertised, only semi-furnished. Other times it's groceries, and sometimes it's a quarter mile, sometimes it's a half mile. But I'm a lot more active. I'm walking everywhere. I can't take these groceries or items to my car, put it in the trunk, and drive home. I don't have a car anymore. And I'm glad I don't have a car anymore, but that's another story for another time. And what's really helping is that I can walk a couple of miles, and let's say I forgot to do something, I forgot to go somewhere, and I got to go back out. It's not a problem for me anymore. You see, in Florida, we're talking 80 to 90 degrees or more. And here in northern Portugal, in Guimarães, look, I'm cold. I haven't experienced this kind of cold in 9 years. So when I get outside and I start walking, and sometimes it's uphill and the hills are steep, I'll get outside, I'll start walking, I'm walking fast. Because my body's like, what the hell are you doing to me? And yeah, the weight kind of just melted off. And again, I wasn't trying to lose weight. I wasn't an overweight individual. So I guess I'm fortunate to say that I'm still not underweight. But yeah, I feel healthier. And I'm not going to say that I've found the fountain of youth. I'm not going to say that I feel like I'm 25 again. I don't. But again, going places is no longer a problem. One of the issues I faced when I was living in the United States was inflammation. I was dealing with that in the part of the body that separates the foot from the ankle. And I don't know, I guess you can call that a joint or a tendon or a ligament. And one of the things that's helped me the most with this is consuming olives. And yeah, look, you can consume olives in the United States, but I'm not talking about going to Walmart and getting the store brand that's in the glass jar. I'm talking about going to like an olive bar. Now, where I was living in Florida, the only store that would have that is Publix. And they were charging $11 for a pound of olives. Now, if you do the math on that, it's about $23 for a kilogram of olives. Now, here at the Pingo Doce and the Continente, olives are $6.25 a pound. Pardon me, $6.25 a kilogram. So if you do the math on that again, what we're talking about is olives in Portugal cost about 1/4, a little bit more, but let's just say for the sake of this conversation, 1/4 of what they cost in the United States. So this whole inflammation issue that I was dealing with, because olives fight inflammation, you have like let's say a handful of olives, 8 to 10 olives every day. And yeah, I'm not suffering from that anymore. When I was in Florida, I would get out of bed in the morning And that part of my body, again, that separates the foot from the ankle, was hurting, and I'm limping around for about 15 seconds before I'm really able to walk. And then even when I was walking, it didn't really feel great. I wasn't hobbled by any means, but it didn't feel great. And, then of course you combine that with weather in which you don't want to walk in, and all of a sudden you find yourself more sedentary. But the biggest reason that my health is improving is the food that I'm eating. And not just that I'm eating, the food that's available, whether you're buying it or not. But everything here, whether you're buying it or not, is a lot more natural than it is in the United States. There's, we don't have the additives, the preservatives, the fillers, dumping sugar into products that shouldn't have any, using high fructose corn syrup when there should be sugar. Now, high fructose corn syrup is not illegal in Portugal or, the European Union, but it's regulated. So, I guess you kind of say it's kind of like using certain substances. I'm not going to say their names because I don't know if there's a monetization risk on that, where it's not legal, but it's like decriminalized and that kind of a thing. So yeah, there is high fructose corn syrup here. It's just not nearly as widespread. And yeah, I mentioned putting sugar into items that shouldn't be there. Let's take, for example, the bread. The bread here does not taste like cake. And we have these things in the United States, the Hawaiian rolls, where it's like a hybrid of bread and cake. It's bread with so much sugar in it. And I think I've seen that here, or at least a product that looks similar to it. I can't imagine that there is as much sugar in it if that's what it actually is. But you combine that with other additives and fillers and preservatives and crap and chemicals and all that garbage. And the interesting thing about getting healthier, about losing weight, whether you're trying to or not, like in my case, not, the interesting thing about it is that I'm not consuming any less food on a daily basis. It's just everything, I don't want to say it goes right through me. That's not what I'm trying to say, but everything gets digested much easier. And your food, instead of making you want to sleep, it serves as fuel. So, yeah, I just wanted to bring that to light. I had mentioned 2 weeks ago in this video that, we kind of joke about it in the United States, like, oh yeah, our food is crap, ha ha ha. But we shouldn't be laughing about it. It's an extremely serious matter. Not just very serious. It is extremely serious. In the United States, people are eating poison. Absolute garbage that should not, under any circumstance, be eaten. So, in terms of my clothing now, I'm kind of in a strange place where I'm between a men's small and a men's medium. It's like the mediums are, for the most part, a little big on me. The smalls are a little small on me. So I'm going to default to the mediums. I'd rather my clothes be a little loose than a little tight. I'm just kind of into comfort. I never really gave a damn about fashion and how I'm perceived by others. My belt, I've already had to tighten my belt by 1 notch, and now I'm like halfway in between having to tighten it another notch. Not quite there yet, so my pants are kind of falling off me a little bit when I walk, but again, I'd rather it be a little loose and a little tight. But that's something that shouldn't be discounted. Moving to Portugal to get healthy, it's a hell of a reason. Even if that's your only reason, if you just feel like you need to leave the United States to get healthy, then if you have the means to do it, then I would highly recommend doing it. And again, I can't stress enough, it is no laughing matter. The food that Americans are eating, the food that is being consumed in the United States of America, is complete garbage. The answer is not to go organic. That's not the answer in any country. And the reason why is food in the United States, it costs a ton of money. And there are many people, many families that are doing without or intentionally buying lesser products. Take meat, for example. In the United States, you can find people buying meat that is 73% lean, which is 27% fat. And that's absolutely disgusting. They say that the optimal lean to fat percentage for the best burgers you can make are 80-20. And now you got people buying 73-27 because it's cheaper. Quite frankly, I'd rather not have meat. And that's been another reason why I'm losing weight, because you go into Portuguese grocery stores here. I'll take Pingo Doce, for example, because it's closer to my place than Continente is. And Continente is kind of a pain in the ass to get to because it's located inside a big shopping mall. But Pingo Doce smells like a death factory. You walk in there and you can immediately smell the fish, the bacalhau. Sometimes it's a little bit of meat combined with it, a little bit of cheese, but it just smells awful. You don't get that as much at a Continente because Continentes are usually a lot bigger than the Pingos. But when you go inside of the Pingo, and I'm there more than I am Continente, you don't have any appetite to get meat or fish, and you just try to avoid the back of the store as much as possible. So my meat consumption is down by more than half of what it was, and that's a good thing. I've always felt that we eat too much meat. I don't believe in vegetarian lifestyles, and I damn sure do not believe in a vegan lifestyle. But Americans, and probably people overall, are eating too much meat. And now that I'm living in Portugal, I'm eating a lot less of it. And that's really the whole heart of the matter. Moving to Portugal will get you healthier. So I want to thank you all for watching. If you want more videos about the Portuguese lifestyle, moving to Portugal, the process of getting there, Portuguese football, anything Portugal, please leave a comment, subscribe. These are the #1 ways that you can help a content creator on YouTube. Again, I want to thank you all for watching, and we'll be back here, I guess, in a few days. Have a good one, everybody.